Welcome aboard. I see you sitting there, bud.
Yeah, he just popped it.
This one kind of hit it. Yeah. Good size?
Not clean, though. Swinging through me.
Oh, you're a little bigger, huh? Yeah, you're about the same size. Just give me a little bit. Matter of fact, come up here. Just there with the whole camera. Yeah, he's a little bigger. Back to back. Starting off pretty good.
Green worm and red worm.
They don't seem to be discriminating. Little bucks. Let's get some more. What's going on, folks? Did you pay close attention to the video you just watched on the intro? That was two different color worms, two different style of worms, fishing in the same hole and both caught fish. I was fishing a green pumpkin, regular old stick worm, nothing fancy. Jason was fishing a reddish color, which I think is called red bug, trick worm. Same hole, same kind of rigging, shaky head. Both caught fish. Two total different critters. This one tends to not have quite as much action. These little tapered tails right here, a little fatter in, wobbles around a little bit more. But all in all, you can catch fish on worms in the entire part of the water column, from this skinny to the depths of Davy Jones' locker. Anyway, let's look at a few of them, and got a hack or two I might share with you. Stay tuned. Alright, you got several different types, styles, brands, even stuff they're made, different plastic that they're made from. All of these are made from Plastisol. Bass Pro has their brand. These are great. Says they got a lot of salt in them. I think you get 16 to a pack. Not a bad value. Zoom trick worms. You get 20 in a package of trick worms. Pretty good value. Academy has the H2OX brand. I'm going to tell you, I picked this color because I haven't seen any other brand with a particular color. They call it a pumpkin black and green flake. It looks more like motor oil with a green flake in it. I got one laying here on the floor. It's chewed up pretty bad. That color right there has caught largemouth and spots. Two different lakes, two different total scenarios. I think it's just a pretty good all-around color. I like it. Now, Z-Man Plastics. They're a Lastec. These Zinker Z's, they are freaking awesome. They'll stay on your hook. They're a whole lot more pliable or limber. They got a buttload of salt in them. You can skip them up under some bushes, overhangs, into kind of some nasty cover, and they'll fall. Not like they're weighted, but they fall a little bit faster, because sometimes you'll skip these plastics into places. They either kind of sit there right at the surface, or they'll actually go down just a little ways, and you get into a negative buoyancy where you thought it was falling. It went down a couple of feet under a dock or a little bit, and it just sits there. If you don't twitch on it a little bit, it may not fall any farther. You have to start waiting. The Zinker Z's, they fall pretty good. There is a drawback. Once the salt has dissolved out of them, they float. Let me say that again. Once the salt gets out of the elastics, it ain't going nowhere. They don't take nail weights very well. It's just a total different critter. And if you don't already know, don't store these loose with regular plastisol. Some sort of chemical reaction goes on and they like melt together. It's horrible. I mean, it'll foobar your stuff. The main thing about this video is if you look back at my other videos, and I mean quite a few of them, we've been running around using plastic worms, stick worms, trick worms. We've been rigging them wacky, Shakyhead. I mean, you can rig a Texas rig if it's what you want. But we've been catching fish on Lake Lanier, Lake Altoona, Rocky Mountain PFA, largemouth, small, I mean not large, not smallmouth, largemouth spotted bass. All over, all depths of the water column. From up in skinny water to way down 15 feet, 12, 15 feet. Multiple different conditions. A worm will work. Now, you've got to do the math equation of what your weather conditions, water conditions, clarity, and all that kind of stuff is, and do a little tweaking. Usually the old green pumpkin, be it a trick worm or a stick worm, that's a good place to start. The other day I dropped I had a green pumpkin over, and I set it over the side and let it go down a little bit, and buddy, it camoed in pretty quick. Grab something darker. Doesn't matter what color. Didn't matter to me that day. I pulled out something that would contrast in the water. Just so happens, June bug. It's blue, purple, greeny, flaky. If you really get to looking at it in certain lights, it's almost a dark purple. And it's got green flakes in it. Instantly. Jason and I had 2 or 3 hours. He had a security detail he needed to be at in downtown ATL. So we had to get our behinds off the water around noonish. Either way, I caught 3 fish like back to back to back. Chunking this in a stump bro. Barometric pressure was up. Started looking around, fish, and they had kind of migrated down. Wherever they were, they kind of settled down. Didn't mean they were like in Davy Jones' locker, but they kind of went down and got on cover. We started pulling them out. All right, let's get into the ways you can rig them. My preferred hook that I personally will choose over about anything else is a Gamakatsu skipgap hook. It's got a little ball head on it. It's got a 60-degree line tie. That line tie, when you set the hook, it pivots. You're going to get them stuck good every time. And it's a Gamakatsu. It's sharp. A lot of people like the screw ones. There's nothing wrong with those. There's one with a screw on it. Screw lock. You notice, that's all you've got. I mean, you're giving up. You're saving a worm. But all you've got is that little gap right there to get hooked on. It's whatever you're willing to sacrifice. There's nothing wrong with these, but just remember, you set the hook on it, and this thing's in the way, and the worm gets in the way, may or may not. These here, at 60 degree, it pivots. The worm will pull off of it. It'll go down. Sometimes it's up the hook. Sometimes you lose a worm. I'll trade a worm for a fish about any day of the week. Speaking of that, if companies tend to make 30 packs in certain colors, like green pumpkin, June bug, green pumpkin, red flake, stuff like that, that's a clue. If Yum Dinger makes them like that, Bass Pro Shop makes 30 packs, Pro Packs, it's a clue. If those particular colors you can buy in bulk like that, I'll tell you something. You figure it out for yourself. If you're going wacky rig one, a lot of people go with big J hooks, big worm hooks. I like the smaller ones. These are owners. You can go with a 1/0. You can back down to a number 1 or a number 2. Remember, when you get to 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, it gets bigger. From 1/0 to a number 1 goes smaller. Number 1, number 2, number 3 goes down. That's your breaking point right there. I like these. I haven't had any issues. If you look at my bluegill color video, I had my grandboys with me. I caught fish all day long on that. From 2 pounds to the biggest one was 6.5. All on that. At no time during that day did I worry about the fish being hooked. As a matter of fact, it was a pain in the butt trying to get the hook out of them a few times. That being said, fish what you can afford. Buy what you can afford. You don't have to have the top end stuff to get by. I've said many times, grab you a pack of green pumpkin worms and get started. You won't be sorry. If you need something darker, get a darker worm, a purple worm, a black worm. You don't have to buy these big pro packs. What else we got in here? You can get these about anywhere. Yum. Nothing wrong with them. They're usually, I don't know, $3, $4 a pack. Maybe less. But you get 8 per pack. What is this? This is watermelon seed. The other day I actually tinkered around and had some watermelon candy ones. That just means they had some different flakes in it. And was having a blast on Alatoona. Just throwing it out there, shaky head style, letting it hit the bottom, twitching it back, picking up spots all over the place. Sometimes it's just pick a color that contrasts. Get it to where the fish are. Pretty simple tactics. Alright. Got 2 hacks I'm going to show you. Probably shouldn't show you. Especially one of them, but I'm going to. Now there's plenty of products you can buy out there if you're bassing on a budget, or you're just a tight ass like me, or you just happen to find something laying around you can make use of. You see all the O-rings. These little gadgets right here. You can buy them metal. This one's plastic. I don't know. It's got a bunch of little O-rings on it. You slide the bait halfway down it, put the ring on it, put your hook in it. Works like a charm. Your hook's going to tend to go to the right or left. Could cost you some hookup ratios, but you're going to save your little plastic of, I don't know, however much they cost a piece. When the bass tend to hit it, and your hook sideways, you might not get a hook in the fish. Either way, easy cure. And this works on any plastic. You can even repair a worm with it. Shrink tubing. This is clear. You can find it at automotive parts stores, in the electrical section, wherever. You can order it online. I ordered a big old roll of it. I've got enough to last me and all my friends probably the rest of our lives. Slip that on there, hit it with a lighter, shrink it down. I'm about to show you how to do that. Let's change camera angles. Alright, this is our worm. This one's been used and abused. It's about to fall apart. This is a piece of the clear tubing. Slide it over. We're going to slide it to where the worms broke. Let's see how that works. Normally it would go right to about where the so-called egg sac or whatever that particular little slick spot is. Slide your shrink tubing on there. Cheap, inexpensive water. It's not going to hurt it. Wave it on there a few times. Look at that. That is now shrank around that. You can take your wacky hook and you can go right through there just like that. You can turn it sideways. You're not going to lose your worm. Noticed it's hard to get off. You can go deep down on there. Like I said, you can hook it sideways. You can go in here and get you some meat on it. Go halfway through. Matter of fact, sometimes it's hard to poke through. You're not going to lose your worm. Near as much. Nothing's 100%. And even though I kind of did that goofy in the spot like that, you get a little bit more catches out of your worm before it deteriorates. Now you're going to lose worms. Get used to it. Remember, would you rather trade a worm for a fish, or you want to save $1? You know, it's all up to you at that point. This works great. If it gets loose or something, once it gets back in the cold water, re-shrink it. You ain't gonna hurt it. Pretty cut and dried. All you need is that. Some little shrink tubing. It doesn't matter if you can find some black or whatever. I went on and found clear. Clear will work with everything. But if you can find some black at the automotive store, cut you down some little B strips and use it. Pretty simple. Alright, this last hack, I have tried to decide where I wanted to share this juice with you or not. I don't want to make anybody mad that's out there in the bait industry that's selling products, because you can buy this stuff readily available to enhance your worm. See this little sack? All these little things in there? They're nails. Hear about nail weights all the time, don't you? Well, this is an actual nail. I hope you can see that. It's got a little head on it. It's ribbed. These are panel nails. You get them in any hardware store. They're very small. You wouldn't think there's much weight to it. It's just enough. I don't know what they weigh. Probably could put some on some postal scales. You can clip the head off and stick them all the way in a worm. You can leave the teeny weeny little head on and just use them like a regular nail weight. Put them at the end. They're ribbed. They come in different colors. I think this is, I don't know, beige, black, white. They may have bear. I don't know. I grabbed these. They were a few dollars for one heck of a box. I mean, you can share with a lot of folks. They put just enough weight either in both ends of the worm or on one end of the worm to make it fall a little faster to one side, the other. You can monkey around with it and you can take your normal pliers that everybody keeps on board. We'll trim that thing down to whatever size you want, or if you need to cut the head off of it. I just got a little sack. Got them all in there. I can customize them to whatever application that I'm going to use that day. Let's take a second. Let me change camera angles. Let's take a second and we'll shove some nails in a plastic worm. Ooh, Here's our poor old worm that's seen better days, or has it? There's something else you can do with this, and we'll get to that here in just a second. But let's just say you need a little bit more weight. You want your worm to fall a little faster, or you want it to fall to one side and spiral down, all the normal stuff. Take this one with a head on it. Be careful. Throw your out on up in there. That's probably not the best job in the world, but there you go. Now it's got those ribs on it. It's pretty much going to stay there. If you try to use finish nails or something, they'll sling out eventually. There's just not enough for the plastic to grip on them. They'll tend to fly out. But you can leave that in there. You say that's pretty much a translucent worm. That's not really going to affect anything. Now when you get down over here on this end, it's very small. You can take one of these that you've clipped the head off, or you could even go as far to take a regular one and clip it half in two. Put the head part in here and put the other little half part down here. See where I'm going with that? There's so much that you can customize. Now I'm not going to stick this in here because there's another solution for that. Grab your pliers, and obviously this worm has seen better days. It caught quite a few fish the other day, and it ended up in the floorboard of the boat. Right past where it's damaged, we're going to cut it off. Now you have one heck of a Ned. That little tapered part, when it's sitting there twinging around, I suggest you save any of them. Anything you get like that, save it. Matter of fact, I think I have some sitting there. I've already started a collection. Oh yeah. I got a collection of all sorts of different colors. This I already got one of these. Put them in a little bag. Save them. Take you a Ned head. Let's see, we got a Ned head floating around there. Yep. Take you a Ned. Little standard Ned hook. You put that bad boy on there like that. You got one wicked Ned. You'll shorten it down a little bit. Little micro Ned. But that little thing right there is going to wiggle around. They're going to eat it. They're going to enjoy it. If you want to save plastics or come up with something and give a different presentation that a lot of people probably, or a lot of kids hadn't seen, there you go, buddy. Save it. Get your little sack. Save one of your old worm bags or something. But remember, do not put Elastex. That's the Z-Man products. Do not put them in a bag with Plastisol. You will figure this out very quickly once you do it, like all of us have. They don't play well together. Some sort of chemical reaction goes on, and they will literally melt together and mutate, and it's nasty. It all goes in garbage. Well, folks, there you have it. Worm fishing, pretty much 101. Shakyhead Wacky rig. If you want to see all that in action, just go back through some of my videos. The past 4 or 5 videos, that's pretty much, other than the creek fishing video, which is pretty hilarious. You need to watch that one too. But if you will go back through several of my videos, I've been all over the place, like I said, catching fish from very largemouth spots, several different ecosystems, all over the water column. I hope this video helps you. Hope it helps somebody catch fish. Share it with your friends. Get me some likes, some subscribes, and we'll keep getting more and more. Like I said, I don't have any sponsors. Not trying to sell you anything. And if we ever do get sponsors and try to sell you anything, it'll be straight up, because I don't need to do this for the money. I do it for the fun. And that's what matters. I just want to see other people catch fish, and this gives me something to do to occupy myself all the time. That being said, Get your butt up off the couch. Get out. Do something. Go outside. Don't sit around and watch TV all day. Find a friend. Go fish. If it's from the bank, from a boat. Doesn't matter. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Now go fish.